It's a great title, isn't it? I'm not letting anything stop me from my ministry anymore, from the things that I've seen and the things that I know. And I'm not going to hold anything back anymore. Truth is truth. There may have been a lot of false prophets that came before me, but it doesn't matter. What was everybody searching for? A God that cannot be found? Was that what all the searching and the begging for truth was? How many dozens of people have come to me and said they just had the most intense prayer of their life, or they had just not eaten for days, or not slept for days, and they begged God and said, look, give me the truth, send me the truth. And then you know what they did after that? They got online and looked to see if any man had the truth from God. And they say, the very first thing that I saw was your videos. And those are just the people that told me about that. But then whenever people find the truth, they think that the truth is not that important. Why? They think that God cannot. They've been looking their whole life for God to move and to give an answer because they knew that truth wasn't here. And then whenever they find it, they can't believe it. They've wanted God to do a work and move, and they knew that they had to find truth. But then they come, and then they say, no, Derich, you're not a prophet. Oh, I believe your message, but you're not a prophet. And they try to say things like, Derich, you're so intelligent, you're brilliant. No, I'm not. I threw everything away and asked God. So they believe the message that I have, but then they say, no, God can't be working in the spirit. Even though a lot of these people have seen demonic spirits and power in the demonic spiritual part of this, but they don't believe that God can do the same in the spirit for them. They don't even believe that God can talk to you. Now granted, everybody's been burned so many times by false prophets, by churches, by supporting them, by trying to put a guy up like as if he has a message from God, and then figuring out it was all a lie. But find somebody else that tells you to be honest in your life. They don't tell you that. My message is honesty and going to God and hearing from God, not bickering over knowledge or anything. And the truth is that after 2,000 years, I've set the book of Revelation straight. How did I do that? Through knowledge? No. I threw everything away. I asked God what these things meant, and he gave me dreams. I went straight to him and not my own knowledge. I set the Bible straight. So many things in the Bible that people did not know and that have never said. Christianity ended in 70 AD. I told people what circumcision was for, what the sin in the garden was, why Jesus was born of a virgin, why he had to die, rise again, everything. Set straight what the mark of the beast was, Mystery Babylon, the beast, the man of sin. I can't even put how many things out there that Jesus ended sin and not evil, but I did all this through dreams. And I had these dreams, and people say, wow, what you're saying is true, but we can't know God. You can't hear from God, and you can't be a prophet. So why believe the message and the way? The way that I got the message was from God, was in dreams and not by myself. How can you believe the message and then say that you can't know God? This is all about knowing God. People say you can't be a prophet today. They're completely wrong. Every single person that goes directly to God is a prophet, will see things. Every single person that goes directly to God and tells the truth and is honest in their life will have all of the same things. We're all capable of the same. But why did everybody search for God? Why? So that we could not have him? Why did you want him to do a move in this life? So that you could not have him? Everybody thinks that I'm some kind of prideful person, or I want to be lifted up, or whatever they think. Everybody thinks everything. But it has nothing to do with that. They think, how could God tell you something that he hasn't told anybody else, right? Do you think that's difficult? It is not difficult to believe that another man received something from God that nobody's ever known. What's more difficult is believing that you have received something from God that nobody's ever known. I understand the craziness. I understand the averages. I understand all the false prophets that have come. I understand all the doctrine that's happened before. I understand the chances. But what I also understand is truth, and I can't get away from what has happened in my life, or what I've seen, or what God has told me, and the fact that it's brought truth, that it bears good fruit. So I have to actually believe in God, believe the impossible, and do what I'm doing today. I know how to combat all you guys' thoughts. I know what people think. I know their hearts. I'm no dumber than anybody else watching this, And I could use all the words, and we could, show how wise we were and lead to actually nothing except for us combating one another to see who's the wisest, instead of going to God, which is the only person that gives wisdom. But this is the truth, and my prophecies were true. And find me someone else who said what I said. Go back and look at my videos of my prophecies about Trump and the election and the balance of power. Before I made those videos and I told people I was going to start laying down with the camera running until God spoke to me, I said it might just be for an individual, it might be a prophecy, I don't know. I'm just going to lay down until I get in the Spirit to show you, and we'll see if God has anything to say. Whenever I said that, I said, look, if I prophesy and it doesn't come to pass, I said that my doctrine is false. I said I'm a liar and I don't know God. I said, but if I give prophecies that do come to pass, then I do know God and my doctrine is true. And I said, yet you people will not change if you give false prophecies. You won't admit that your doctrine is false. I put that out there beforehand because I care about truth. Find somebody else that would do that. If I'm a false prophet, then I will just admit it, and I'll know that I don't have truth. But I put myself out there in a major way, and I said, look, I don't believe we have the Holy Spirit today. I go directly to God, and I say Christianity ended in 70 AD. Jesus already returned. I say the exact opposite of what all of you say, and we'll see whose prophecies are true. Said it beforehand. I didn't know what the balance of power was. Whenever I had those dreams, it said Trump would not win the election. And why? And then that night I had another dream about the balance of power shifting. I didn't know what the balance of power was. I didn't know what it was until I was watching the election. I looked it up and thought it had something to do with international something. And then I was watching the election because of the dreams that I had. And it said balance of power in the back. And it was showing the Senate, the White House, and the House of Representatives, right? And it shifted on the very last possible day to all Democrat. That's what my dream was about. I actually go to God and do these things. But yet people do not believe that this is the actual truth from God. We've been burned by so many places, so many people, so much knowledge on the internet. And what did you think it would be? You guys who searched for truth your entire life. Whenever he said it, did you think it would be something you already knew? Then why were you searching? Would it not be something the opposite of what everybody thought in this wicked world? The world is controlled by evil. Would it not be the opposite of that? The opposite of the biggest religions in the world? And would it not actually just be truth? It's just truth. Tell me what I can do if the dreams that I've had brought me to truth in the Bible, a bunch that nobody ever knew, 1,000-year reign, everything, right? I asked God and had dreams about these things. What can I do if the message that he gave me lines up with everything? Jesus, history, the Bible, truth, honesty, spirituality. What can I do if the prophecies that he gave me were true? Should I not do these things because I don't want to be lifted up or because I can't know anything? So what do I do? The fact that I spent my whole life searching and I had no other care. I lost every job, didn't work for a long time because it was pointless, and I was so heartbroken I had to find truth. I just could only seek truth. I couldn't care about anything else. God gives it to me. Should I leave everything that God has said and all these truths that he brought to me in amazing ways, and possibilities and dreams and visions and things I couldn't have ever known? Should I leave all that and go do what? Try to become the most devout Christian? I did that. It's lies. Where should I go from here? Back into a lie? Something that didn't give me any understanding? Something that didn't bring everybody else understanding? Why don't people support this? Why did I spend my whole life begging God for truth? Why do I spend every single day, 24 hours a day, only caring about how I can get this message out and who can hear it, and meditating and answering questions and loving the truth and wanting God to have the truth? But some days, I don't know if I'm going to have water. And I get all these messages, and it's the best thing in the world that everybody gets set free. That is the best thing in the world. But how do people not see how true it really is, and that it is granting salvation? How do they not see? Why is it not? It's not even as important as Netflix to some people. The way that the world works today, I could tell the whole world through support. Whenever people send support, I can tell the whole world. That's the way the world actually works. We have the internet, and you promote videos, and a lot of people came through the money that I spent on videos to promote them. Why? Because I'm the kind of person that will have $300 and put $200 on promoting videos and then have nothing again. And what I want in other people's lives is for them to live and enjoy their life. I'm glad that they make their money, but I don't understand why this isn't as important as that. I'm glad. I want everybody to have fun and realize that they are free and uncondemned. They should go, have fun, enjoy the money that they make, and not be condemned. Literally have a free, amazing life in truth, connection to God. He's never going to come and give you commandments and say, don't do this and don't do that. It's not, no. He's going to tell you truths. He's going to be there. You're going to be free and happy. I want everybody to have that. But I would also want people to support this message so that I can tell other people so they can have that too, so they can have that access to God. I want people to start paying attention to their dreams, and I would like to be able to live myself, because this is all I can do and it's all I will ever do. 24 hours a day, this is what I want to do. Answer everybody's messages, have time to meditate for people. Look, this video is because people think that I shouldn't get support, and they say that I can't be a prophet, yet they believe my message. Why can't I get support? What's wrong with that? I don't want a yacht and a Ferrari, and I don't think that anybody that has less than I do should support me. You know, that's not the way it goes. I should be supporting them if I was able. I'm not looking for a house. I'm not looking for anything like that. I got a camper with 3 kids, and that's what I'm trying to get into so that I can do this. I only want necessities, and then the rest of it I want to we could tell millions of people, millions, and get this message out. But life is more important to people than truth. They don't see how true this is or what is actually happening. The problem is everybody's looking at what I'm doing through the lens of what everybody else is doing and what everybody else has done. I don't have knowledge. I threw everything away. I knew nothing while I was studying. I threw everything away. I don't have any weird doctrines to give you, that Yahweh was Satan or Paul's a false apostle or nothing. I just tell you it was true. The old was true. Christianity was true. Today's true. So all these people that say that I shouldn't get any support and can't even give $5, it's not even as important as Netflix, yet they take the knowledge that I got and think that I'm like everybody else and I just got this by reading. They take all these doctrines. Many people, even big name people, went and liked all my videos. And then they take it and twist the message, take the heavenly understanding that God gave me, and they twist the whole thing. And they say, you can't get anything from God. Well, why are you using the understanding that God gave me that nobody said in 2,000 years? I'm not the one with pride. The Bible makes no sense to anybody, and it didn't. Nobody can understand without God. Instead, I threw it away. God told me. Where's my pride? God told me. I studied as much, if not more, than most. I studied more than most people, for sure. And more than anybody I knew, you know? I knew nothing. I didn't get anything until I threw it away, and God gave it to me. What I'm saying is, this is godly and heavenly understanding. And I gave up my whole life to find truth. Crawling across the ground, screaming, going here, traveling here, just giving away everything I had all the time, never having anything. I could work too, but I'm unable. I'm called to do this. I can't do it. I want to go fishing. That would be nice, I don't even have a fishing pole, but that'd be cool. But even whenever I'm out there, I'm just thinking about this. Whenever I go to sleep, it's for this. Whenever I wake up, it's for this. It's to tell people what is true. Before this, it was agony. Just begging God for truth. That's all I spent my time doing. So to all you who hate me getting support, which I will tell you, right now, we don't even have enough. Our car insurance is 2 or 3 months behind. The little money that she gets every month doesn't even pay for the phones, the car insurance, and the car payment. And we had to get a car because our last car blew up. And I said I would tell anybody that supported what I spend the money on. So I should also tell them that I have nothing. And all I'm saying is, if we set you free spiritually to heaven, and this is what I spend my time doing, and all of this is so other people can hear, and I don't even want anything above my means, but just to be able to live so I can do this, what is wrong with that? Why is the knowledge that God gave not even as important as, how much somebody spends on Netflix? And yet, people support every company that they enjoy, whether it's drinking or smoking or fishing or hunting or video games or whatever, TV. You can get on here and watch people unbox things and they get support. I got the chess guy that I watch, he gets support. Like, you get video gamers on here, they get support. And there's nothing wrong with that, You've got girls, that get support for the stuff that they do. There's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with people enjoying their life and supporting all those things. But people support what they care about. All these false preachers and everybody, they want more money than the rest of the people. That's wrong. They don't want their necessities taken care of, and they don't even tell you the truth. They rob the poor, and they get rich, and they get support. Everything in this world has support. And the only way, in the dynamic of the world today, for us to get this out is through support. And then we can tell everybody. There's nothing wrong with me being supported. I was told that in dreams, because for a long time I wouldn't do anything like that. But the last time we were homeless, I was like, yeah. God's like, why are you homeless? You're giving all these people the knowledge that I gave you and doing what I called you to do. Why? Don't get me wrong. You guys work hard for your money. You should get what you want. You should have fun. You should support the things that you love, and you should live uncondemned and completely happy and have access to God and be completely free of this religion and hear from God. He'll give you dreams and He'll guide you in your life and all things, But if it set you free, the truth is, which you're not allowed to say, but the truth is, people should throw money at me to set other people free, Not just the little life that I want to be able to live, But what I'm saying is, enjoy your life. But if this set you free, what's wrong with that? Stop. There's so many people out there that are mad at me and that won't support, even though they use this message. They think I can't be a prophet. How is that whenever I've prophesied and brought you truth? How is that? Now, if I had dreams that I should be doing this through support, the same dreams, see, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't tell anybody how this actually was either. That God actually brought this and that it was that important. And I wouldn't tell them because, like you, it's scary. I don't want to be anything, but I can't get away from what God did. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If the message is important to you, you should support me. Or do you think that I'm a liar? If you think that I'm a liar, stop using the things that I brought to you from God that is truth, because that's what you will do eventually. Do you think that I could bring you all this truth so that I could manipulate you? You think I got the truth through manipulation, so I could manipulate you into how is it that you find yourself, and why do you judge yourself to be better than me? Or do you think that you would squander everything and do things for pride and for money? And do you not believe what I'm saying? That it is just so I can live. I'm not saying I'm never going to drink anything or anything like that, or have a good day every now and then. I'm not saying that. I would. I'm not going to blow all my money on that stuff. I was just saying. But how do you think that I am such an evil person, that I'm just in this to manipulate you, yet you use the truth that God gave me? How do you suppose that God gave me truth if I'm the kind of person that's trying to get rich and manipulate you guys off of a message that is what? If I wanted to get rich, I'd go buy a Bible and get in a church, If I wanted to lie, I would do it a much easier way. But this is my desire, and I am a prophet, and you will be one too as soon as you believe in going straight to God. Nobody's above anybody else here. I had to throw everything away and get my knowledge from God. And that's what I tell other people to do. If I'm telling you the truth, you should believe me, yeah. Because it came from God and he told me to do this. But that's because it came from God and it's true. But you also can go straight to God and that can happen. So yeah, I don't mind telling people that they should support this. And why don't you? If you can't support it, why is that? Because you think it's a lie? Because you think I'm a liar? Because this heaven is not as important to you as this place down here? It's not as important to set people free. No, guys, God told me this, and I would also travel around and show people how to actually talk to God, get in the Spirit, show them how it works, and that it definitely works. And thanks for the few people that do support, but I'm going to start saying things the way that they are. Completely true, completely right. I don't care if people think that I'm a false prophet. I know what's happened in my life, and I know what's come of it. And I don't care if people don't want to support because of what? Lies? Why? This is what's important. This message is important to set you free so you can have a good life. And you can go to heaven. It's very freeing. And yeah.